Are you in your mid-20s to mid-30s and already feeling the weight of retirement planning looming over you? Don't worry, you're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, thinking about retirement might seem like a distant concern. But the truth is, the earlier you start, the better off you'll be. But how do you get there? How much should you save each month to reach your retirement goals? What investment options are best suited for beginners like you? And how can you ensure financial stability while still enjoying life in the present? Well, whether you're a financial novice or just looking to level up your investment game, stick around as we unveil the keys to securing your financial future. For some people, retirement is like finally breaking free. No more boss, no more deadlines, just endless possibilities. Now imagine that. What if you could retire early and live out all your dreams? What if you could jet set around the globe, chase your hobbies, and cherish every moment with your dear ones, all without worrying about money? Sounds like paradise, right? But here's the catch. Without enough money saved up, those dreams could stay just that, dreams. They say hindsight is crystal clear, and for those nearing retirement, that's hitting home hard. Lots of baby boomers and Gen Xers wish they'd started saving earlier. But hey, if you're late to the savings party, don't worry. It's going to take some extra hustle, but catching up is doable. According to a study, inflation, debt, and emergency funds are the big hurdles to reaching retirement goals for people across the board. And guess what? People from all generations regret not stashing cash away sooner. Now here's a twist. Gen X, aged 43 to 58, started saving around 36, but wish they'd started a decade earlier at 26. Boomers. They started at 44, but wish they'd kicked off at 33. Even Gen Z, who started at 20, way ahead of the curve, wished they'd started even earlier at around 18. But saving for retirement isn't easy, especially with the rising costs of living these days. Yet it's more crucial than ever to build a solid nest egg to support yourself when you eventually leave the workforce. So, how much should you aim to save for retirement? Let's break it down. Well, that depends on various factors like where you live, the Social Security benefits you'll receive, and if you plan to work during retirement. On average, adults expect they'll need around $1.8 million to retire comfortably, according to a survey by Charles Schwab in 2023. Now here's where it gets interesting. If you want to pump up your savings with less hassle, don't just save, invest. Yep, investing is like turbocharging your savings. Why, you ask? Because investing can be way more powerful than simply stashing away money in a savings account. Think about it this way. Regular savings accounts might give you a measly 1% interest per year, maybe up to 5% if you're lucky. But the stock market, historically, it's been churning out around 10% on average per year. That might not sound like a big deal, but over time, it adds up big time. Say you have $200 per month to put toward your retirement fund. With a 5% annual return, you'd have one amount saved up over time. But with a 10% return, you'd end up with significantly more. That's the power of investing. Sure, investing might seem riskier up front, but in the long run, it's like planting seeds for a lush financial garden. Now let's get practical. First off, understand that when you start later, you might not benefit as much from compound interest. That's when your interest earns interest. But don't stress too much. You can still calculate how much your money could grow using an online compound interest calculator. For instance, let's say you invest $100 a month with an 8% annual percentage yield, APY, compounded monthly. Over 10 years, you could have around $18,294. Keep it up for 20 years, and you could have $58,902. And over 30 years, you could have a whopping $149,035. The sooner you start, the better. But there are other ways to beef up your savings as you get older. One way is to maximize your savings. Financial advisors often recommend setting aside 15% to 20% of your income for retirement. If you're earning a median income of around $97,000 a year, that could mean saving anywhere from $14,550 to $19,400 annually. Of course, this might require tightening your budget and finding ways to cut back on expenses. Those peak earning years can also mean higher expenses. Think saving for retirement, kids' college, and mortgage payments. So it's time for a budget makeover. Trim the fat from your spending, maybe cut down on dining out, or even consider canceling subscriptions and memberships. And hey, if you're up for it, a side hustle can fatten up your savings even more. Now, we understand that student loans can be a significant hurdle on the road to financial freedom, but here's a simple trick to lighten the load. Pay more than your minimum payment each month. Yep, by chipping in a little extra, you can lower the amount of interest you'll end up paying and clear off your loan faster. Keep those payments rolling, even if you've got some months covered already. And also ask your loan servicer if they can put the extra cash towards the loans with the highest interest rates first. It's a win-win. Another strategy is to maximize your contributions to retirement accounts like a 401k or an individual retirement account IRA. With a 401k, you can take advantage of employer matching contributions, potentially boosting your savings even further. And with an IRA, you have options like a traditional IRA, where you contribute pre-tax dollars, or a Roth IRA, where you contribute after-tax dollars. Lastly, consider taking a phased approach to retirement. Many Americans are opting for a non-traditional retirement, working part-time or starting their own businesses. Even if you're behind on saving, it's never too late to start making progress toward your retirement goals. Now let's take a look at some tips to kickstart your retirement planning journey and make sure you're ready to soak up the golden years ahead. 1. Pick your comfortable income level. First things first, let's talk about how much money you'll need. Picture this. You're retired and you want to live comfortably, right? So, figure out how much cash you'll need each month for groceries, bills, and fun stuff like vacations or spoiling the grandkids. Your needs might change over time, so it's smart to keep an eye on this now and then. 2. Keep tabs on your savings. Next up, keep an eye on your retirement savings account. You gotta know how much you've got saved up and what you'll get from the government when you retire. If you've got money stashed away from old jobs, think about combining it all into one account for simplicity. 3. Plan your retirement journey. Now let's think about what retirement will look like for you. Some people want to retire and never look back, while others might want to keep their toes dipped in the work pool a little longer. It's totally up to you, but it's worth thinking about what kind of retirement lifestyle suits you best. 4. Prepare for the unexpected. Okay, let's talk risks. Yep, even in retirement planning, there are risks to think about. Like, what if your investments don't perform as expected? It's smart to have a plan in place for dealing with these ups and downs. Maybe you'll take out some cash here and there. Or maybe you'll keep your money invested until you really need it. 5. Grab those tax breaks. While you're working, you can put money into your retirement savings and get a little boost from the government. It's like free money. Plus, you might even get some of your taxes back depending on your situation. Definitely worth looking into. 6. Maximize your savings opportunities. There's a limit to how much you can stash away each year. But if you've got unused allowances from previous years, you might be able to sneak in a little extra cash without hitting the cap. 7. Avoid common pitfalls. Last but not least, watch out for common challenges. We're talking about outdated schemes, employers not chipping in enough, and other pesky problems that could mess with your retirement plans. Get yourself a financial advisor to give your plan the once-over and avoid any nasty surprises down the road. Sure, thinking about money might not be the most exciting thing in the world, but with a little help, you can breeze through it and focus on the fun stuff. Now, what are your thoughts on retirement planning? Do you have any tips or experiences you'd like to share? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content like this. See you next time.